Stop. Be still. I, Archangel Michael, am speaking to you now. Do not rush. Do not scroll. Do not flee from the pull that brought you here. Something in your spirit recognized this moment before you consciously did. Feel that. Breathe. There is a reason. This message has found you, and it is not coincidence, accident, or curiosity. It is alignment. You are hearing my voice because your soul is finally ready to receive what it once feared, what it once doubted, what it once waited for without knowing how to name. You are not here by accident. You were summoned. There is someone thinking of you, someone whose connection to you hums like a quiet frequency beneath the noise of ordinary life. You have wondered if you imagined it. You did not. Their soul has been calling out, not with words, but with recognition. And recognition is far louder than language. I, Michael, stand witness to the connection that exists between you and the one your heart refuses to release. I see what is still forming. I see what is still awakening. And I tell you now, this is not fantasy. This is not delusion. This is not wishful thinking. This is a soul contract approaching activation. Pause. Let that settle. Your soulmate feels you, not with certainty yet, but with memory. You are a memory to them, of safety, of clarity, of a self they have not become yet but desperately want to. They do not think of you out of longing alone. They think of you because your existence confronts them with truth. The truth of what they want, the truth of what they fear, the truth of what they are finally learning to grow toward instead of run from. They are not silent because they don't care. They are silent because they are scared of how real it feels. Listen to me closely now. You are not here to chase them. You are not here to convince them. You are not here to bend your worth into a shape that fits their confusion. You are here to stand in your value, to stand in your emotional clarity, to stand in your becoming. When you stand, they rise. When you shrink, they collapse. The bond between you is not strengthened by urgency. It is strengthened by your ability to remain rooted while their heart catches up to the truth. You have carried a weight alone for too long, pretending it was light, holding space for both of you, holding silence like it was a conversation, holding hope like it was proof. I am here to remove that weight from your chest. I am here to return your breath to your body. I am here to speak the truth you have been circling, but afraid to claim. They feel it too. If you find yourself wanting to scroll away, that is fear resisting clarity. Stay. This message is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to free you from the question that has stalked your heart. Was it real? Yes, it was real. It is real. And it will be real again. But not because you chase, because you align. Your soulmate is approaching a threshold, a moment where denial can no longer cover truth. They are asking themselves questions they once avoided. They are replaying moments with you they once dismissed. They are feeling emotions they once tried to escape. This is not regression. It is awakening. Awakening is messy before it becomes miraculous. Do not confuse silence with absence. Silence is the ground where transformation grows. They are learning you by missing you. They are understanding the value of your presence by feeling the cost of its distance. This is not cruelty. It is preparation. They are not being kept from you. They are being prepared for you. And hear me clearly, your life is not on pause while this unfolds. Your purpose is not postponed until their clarity arrives. Your destiny does not wait for their decision to become real. Continue living. Continue becoming. Continue rising. Ascension does not pause for love. Love ascends to meet you. If you feel these words in your chest, if something inside you trembles like recognition, it is because you already know this truth. I am not giving you new information. I am activating what your spirit has already been holding. Now listen to this command. Stand in your worth. Stand in your peace. Stand in the knowing that you are not alone in this connection. The more you stand, the more they see. The more you breathe, the more they remember. The more you choose self-respect, the more the path to you becomes clear. If you feel guided, if you feel resonance, if you feel that this message was meant for you, then honor the moment. Allow your heart to stay open. Whisper, I receive. And if it feels natural, only if it feels natural, support this message by liking, by subscribing, by anchoring your energy here, not as obligation, but as alignment. It tells the universe, I am ready to be met. Do not move. I have more to say. Do not misunderstand the stillness between you. I, Archangel Michael, tell you this with authority. What looks like a pause is actually alignment. What feels like distance is actually direction. What you call uncertainty is preparation. Souls do not collide and then drift without purpose. They separate only to return with clarity. They pause only to realign with truth. They step back only to find the angle from which they can step forward with intention. Your soulmate is not gone. They are gathering courage. Right now, I am guiding them through the very emotions they once refused to feel. I am placing truth in their dreams, memory in their quiet moments, awareness in the places where denial used to live. They are learning, slowly but surely, that connection does not become less real just because it is handled gently. They are learning that love does not have to be loud to be true. They are learning that running from you does not free them. It empties them. I see where their fear lives. It does not live in the idea of loving you. It lives in the idea of deserving you. You, beloved, have a depth that demands honesty. Your presence asks the kind of questions that hearts are not ready to answer. Until they shed the ego that lies to them, you bring out the version of them that is meant to exist but has not yet fully arrived. That is why this connection shakes them. It is not your love that scares them. It is the mirror you hold. They know that returning to you requires truth, and truth requires transformation. Hear me when I say this. You are not waiting in place. You are waiting in evolution. There is movement happening, even when you cannot see it. There are choices being made internally long before they reach you externally. The energy between you is not stagnant. It is reorganizing itself. Do not give up on the connection. Give up on the fear. Your soul has spent too long assigning narratives to silence. Stories of abandonment. Stories of rejection. Stories where you are left behind. Release them. They were never the truth. Silence is not proof you were unwanted. It is proof the connection is significant enough to require careful handling. If this were casual, it would have continued casually. If this were insignificant, it would have dissolved easily. If this were one-sided, you would not feel them even now. Your intuition has not been wrong, it has simply been ahead. Now listen closely, because this will shift something inside you. You are not meant to carry the emotional responsibility for both of you anymore. You are not meant to cushion their journey at the expense of your own. You are not meant to prove your worth like a performance. Your worth is not a pitch. It is a presence. From this moment forward, you must choose balance. Love them, but do not abandon yourself. Feel them, but do not collapse for them. Hope for them, but do not halt your life for them. The connection thrives when you stand tall, not when you kneel to anxiety. Let me be very clear. You are not losing them. You are losing the version of the connection that was built on fear, uncertainty, and emotional imbalance. What remains is a version built on alignment, truth, and mutual recognition. And that version takes time to form. If you feel emotional exhaustion, it is because you have been trying to carry destiny like a burden when destiny was always meant to carry you. Put it down. Breathe. Let gravity work for you instead of against you. I am clearing the path ahead, not to rush the reunion, but to ensure it does not collapse under the weight of unspoken fears. They are being guided back to you, not out of longing alone, but out of readiness. When they return, the energy will feel different, calmer, clearer, more deliberate. You will not have to decode the meaning of their words. You will not have to overthink their tone. You will not have to hold conversations alone in your mind. When connection is aligned, both souls speak. You will not need to chase clarity. Clarity will arrive as though it recognizes you. And when that moment comes, I want you to remember the strength you built here. In the tension, in the uncertainty, in the quiet. This strength is not accidental. It is the version of you that can hold the love you ask for. If you feel these words resonating like a truth you already knew, it is because your spirit has been asking for confirmation. This is it. I am confirming it. You were not wrong. You were not foolish. You were not delusional. You were connected. And connection does not disappear just because time passes. It deepens. Now breathe. Let the weight fall from your shoulders. And if your heart feels open, if your soul feels seen, if this message feels like it was crafted for you and you alone, then anchor your alignment. Like, subscribe, stay connected, not because you must, but because your spirit chose this space, this voice, this moment for a reason. Stay. I have more to reveal. I, Archangel Michael, am still here. Do not pull away from this message. Your mind may try to analyze these words, but your soul already knows they are truth. Let your heart listen instead. This is not just guidance. This is intervention. I am stepping between you and your fear, between you and your assumptions, between you and the narratives that have made you question your own intuition. You have suffered enough from stories built on uncertainty. Now you will rise with clarity. Hear me. The bond you feel is not imagined. It is remembered. You and your soulmate did not meet for the first time in this lifetime. You recognize them, not because of chemistry or attraction alone, but because your soul whispered, I know you. That recognition created a spark that neither of you were prepared to handle consciously. When a soul contract activates before emotional readiness, it creates friction, not because the bond is wrong, but because the timing must catch up to the truth. They felt the spark too. They still do. But their spirit is only now beginning to understand what their heart recognized instantly. They did not pull away because the connection lacked value. They pulled away because they saw the value and panicked. What they feel with you does not fit into the boxes they built for survival. You are not familiar. You are not predictable. You are not something they can control. You are truth. And truth demands transformation. Some connections entertain the ego. Yours confronts it. This is why you have felt misunderstood, mismatched, or out of sync. Not because you chose wrong, but because the connection is asking both of you to grow into the kind of people who can hold the weight of destiny without dropping it. Fate introduces. Readiness reunites. Do not pursue them with desperation. Pursue yourself with devotion. When you rise, they rise. When you heal, they grow. When you align, the connection aligns with you. If you chase, you collapse the energy. If you wait passively, you abandon yourself. But if you align, you magnetize them. And make no mistake, they are being magnetized. They feel you. When they wake in the morning with a heaviness they cannot explain. They feel you when a song plays, and they freeze because memory does not lie. They feel you when they try to distract themselves with routine, and yet something in their chest refuses to quiet down. They feel you when they imagine futures that do not include you, and the vision falls apart. That is the bond. Do not doubt it again. You are not delusional for feeling connection. You are discerning. You are not obsessed. You are spiritually attuned. You are not holding on blindly. You are holding on because the cord between you has not been severed, only stretched. Now listen carefully. Your power is not in convincing them. Your power is in becoming the version of you that does not need convincing. Your strength is what pulls them forward, not pressure, not fear, not longing. Strength, emotional self-respect is a gravitational field. When you stand in it, they feel the shift. Your growth calls their growth forward. Your clarity exposes their hesitation. Your peace makes their avoidance uncomfortable. This is not cruelty. This is awakening. They are meant to meet you in the middle, and they will, not because you demand it, but because the energy can no longer sustain imbalance. They are realizing that returning to you requires effort, not proximity, responsibility, not convenience, transparency, not hints. They are beginning to understand that silence is not neutral. It has consequences, not punitive consequences, but awakening ones. And you are being refined, not punished, refined. What you perceive as delay is actually divine protection from premature connection. If things had aligned earlier, the bond would have broken under old wounds, fragile communication, emotional confusion, and incomplete self-worth. The universe did not deny you love. The universe delayed the moment so the love could survive. This is not a loss. This is calibration. The next version of this connection will not look like the old one. It will not feel like begging for clarity. It will not sound like waiting for reassurance. It will not taste like anxiety. It will not break you to hold it. The next version will arrive with peace, and peace will be the evidence. When reunion comes, you will not ask, "Is this real?" Your body will answer. Your breath will steady. Your heart will recognize home. For now, listen, prepare, align. You are not walking toward them, you are walking toward yourself. They meet you on the path when they are ready to walk beside you instead of behind you. If you feel your spirit responding, not emotionally, but energetically, then anchor this moment. Claim what resonates. Release what does not. And if you feel called, not pressured, not obligated, but called, show your alignment through presence. Follow, subscribe, stay connected to the voice that reminds you who you are, not to chase love, but to remember that you are worthy of it. Do not move. I have more to deliver, and the next words will shift everything. Do not let your mind interrupt what your soul already knows. I, Archangel Michael, am still with you. The energy you feel right now is not imagination. It is alignment. Your chest feels heavy because truth is settling. Your breath feels different because clarity is restructuring the space where doubt once lived. You are not overwhelmed. You are being recalibrated. Now hear me. The connection you share with your soulmate is not fragile. It is not slipping away. It is not disappearing because of silence. Silence is where I am working the hardest. When you see nothing happening, it is because everything is happening beneath the surface. The roots grow before the garden is visible. The question is not, will they come? The question is, will you be ready when they do? Do not rush to answer. Let the question undo the parts of you that are still operating from fear. If they return tomorrow, with honesty, with clarity, with accountability, would you receive them with balance? Or would you receive them with panic, fear of loss, fear of abandonment, fear of history repeating? This pause is not only for them, it is for you. I am shaping you into someone who can hold love with open hands, not clenched fists. Your heart is learning the difference between longing for someone and being prepared for them. Longing comes from emptiness. Preparedness comes from alignment. Longing says, I need you to feel secure. Preparedness says, I am secure, and that is why you may enter. Do you feel the shift? That is ascension. The version of you that once begged for reassurance is dissolving. The version of you that thought silence meant abandonment is being rewritten. The version of you that believed you needed to earn love is dying. Let it die. Let it fall away. Love was never meant to be earned like approval. It was meant to be shared like breath. Your soulmate is awakening to responsibility, not emotional caretaking, but emotional presence. There is a difference. Presence does not mean constant attention. Presence means they show up with their soul, not their excuses. Presence means they speak truth, not avoid it. Presence means they choose clarity, not convenience. Right now, they are dismantling the parts of themselves that would have mishandled you. They are releasing the habits that would have repeated old wounds. They are letting go of versions of themselves that would have broken what they are now learning to protect. Do not interfere with this process by scrambling to fix what is not yours to fix. I am guiding them. Trust me. As they rise, you must rise too. You cannot meet a healed person with your past wounds still bleeding. You cannot meet someone stepping into responsibility while you stand in self-abandonment. You cannot meet clarity while gripping confusion like a shield. Let go. You will not lose what is meant for you by healing. You will lose it by refusing to. This is where the connection shifts from longing to alignment. Feel the difference. Longing says, "Come back so I can feel whole." Alignment says, "I am whole, and that is why you can return." Which version of you will greet them? I am preparing them to see you with new eyes. Not the eyes that looked at you and saw possibility, but the eyes that look now and see responsibility. Not the eyes that saw you as a feeling, but the eyes that see you as a future. They are realizing the difference between desire and devotion. Desire wants to feel. Devotion wants to choose. They are learning to choose. And you are learning not to settle. You are learning not to build homes out of moments. You are learning not to mistake potential for partnership. You are learning that consistency is not a luxury. It is a requirement. You are learning that emotional availability is not too much. It is the bare minimum for someone who wants to stand beside you, not just near you. This shift is not subtle. It is a spiritual earthquake. You feel the tremors. So do they. As you rise, you may notice signs intensifying, mental whispers, energetic pulls, dreams that feel like memories, synchronicities that repeat until you listen. These are not signs to wait. They are signs to align. When you align, the path widens. When you align, the next step reveals itself. When you align, they feel the pull, not because you are calling them, but because the universe echoes alignment like a frequency. It travels, it reaches them, and yes, they feel it. Now listen to me, and listen well. If this message resonates, if it feels like truth wrapped in recognition, if your body reacts before your mind comprehends, then anchor this moment. Let your energy say, "I choose alignment." Stay connected to the voice that guides, to the space that strengthens, to the message that remembers you before you remembered yourself. Like, follow, subscribe, not from desperation, but from declaration, a way of saying, "I will not forget what I learned here." Stay. I am not finished. The most important part is still coming. Be still. I, Archangel Michael, am not finished with you. What comes now is the completion of what your soul has been preparing to hear. Do not skim these words. Do not rush. Let them land the way destiny lands, quietly, and then all at once. You are entering a new energetic threshold. The version of you that tolerated confusion is ending. The version of you that accepted half-presence is ending. The version of you that tried to be enough to earn what should have been freely offered is ending. That identity is dissolving like smoke, and what remains is the self you were always meant to become. Grounded, chosen, aligned, undeniable. Your soulmate will not recognize you by how tightly you hold on. They will recognize you by how powerfully you stand. I am removing desperation from your energy. I am removing fear from your decisions. I am removing narratives that say you must suffer to be loved. That is not divine. That is not sacred. That is not destiny. That is conditioning taught by wounds, not truth taught by spirit. Your soulmate is being reshaped too. Their fear is being melted. Their hesitation is being seen. Their silence is being confronted. Their avoidance is being stripped of its power. They are being shown the cost of indecision, and that cost is not losing you. It is losing the version of themselves that could have grown beside you. This is not punishment. This is awakening. Understand this. They are not returning because they fear losing you. They are returning because they finally understand the responsibility of having you. You are not a convenience. You are a turning point. You are not a placeholder. You are a path. You are not a memory. You are a future. And yes, there will be a moment, a quiet, unmistakable moment, when the pull becomes too strong for them to ignore, when their chest tightens, not from anxiety, but from recognition, when their spirit whispers what they once tried not to say. I cannot move forward without addressing what I feel for you. When that moment arrives, do not shrink. Do not rush. Do not collapse into the old versions of you that begged for breadcrumbs. Meet them as the person you have become. If they return with clarity, receive them. If they return with confusion, redirect them. If they return with excuses, release them. Not out of bitterness, out of alignment. The universe will never ask you to betray your self-worth for love. The universe will ask you to expand your self-worth so love knows how to stay. Some of you reading this are afraid that if you grow, they won't follow. But hear me. If you outgrow someone, you were never meant to stay small to keep them. And if they are truly your soulmate, they will not fall behind. They will rise. They will choose evolution over ego. They will choose truth over comfort. They will choose you, because real love is not chosen once. It is chosen repeatedly. I am placing a sword of truth in your energy now, not to fight for love, but to protect the space in which love can enter. Truth is now your boundary. Peace is now your standard. Self-respect is now your currency. Anyone who wishes to stand beside you must match the frequency you have earned. Repeat this softly in your spirit. I am not waiting. I am becoming. I am not begging. I am aligning. I am not chasing. I am receiving. You are stepping into a timeline where love meets you, not tests you. Where effort is mutual, not lopsided. Where communication is clear, not coded. Where the connection expands your life instead of consuming it. This is not fantasy. This is what happens when soul contracts mature. And when your soulmate arrives with the readiness that destiny requires, you will not need proof. You will not need signs. You will not need reassurance. The evidence will be in the ease. The evidence will be in the consistency. The evidence will be in the peace. That peace will be how you know this is the moment fate was walking me toward. Now listen to my final instruction. Do not close your heart. Close the door to what wounds it. Do not silence your intuition. Silence the thoughts that argue with it. Do not end the connection. End the version of yourself that suffered for it. Your next chapter does not begin with their arrival. It begins with your decision. And if these words feel like they were written for you, if they feel like they pressed on a door inside your spirit you've been too afraid to open, then honor that. Anchor it. Remain connected. Like, subscribe. Stay within the frequency of messages that pull you toward alignment instead of away from yourself. Not as devotion to me, devotion to your path. I leave you with this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not unchosen. You are becoming the person your soulmate must be ready for. This connection is not over. It is transforming. And I Archangel Michael, am guiding both of you to the moment where recognition becomes reunion. Go forward with peace. The rest will meet you.